Hi, I'm Peter. I used to work here at the Blue Heron paper mill. I actually started when it was publisher's paper back in it was February 14th in 1972. I've done a number of jobs there. Actually, my first job was working on the river on a tugboat, and then I got on the paper machines and worked from the bottom up to become a machine tender, and that's where I left from there when the mill closed.
My name is John Lafarge. I started at the mill August of 1973. Seen a lot of changes over the years. I've done a lot of different things. I started out, kind of everybody started out as a utility, and that's where I started hosing stuff, washing up areas. Started at the far end of the mill, and we used to cook chips.
Well, we began to find out that we were kind of in financial trouble. We didn't really understand exactly what the reasons were to start with, but we changed hands. We actually sold the mill to a place called KPS and ran that way for a while, and then we became an ESOP as Blue Heron. And things were looking pretty good, but we went into Chapter 11 bankruptcy and then converted that to Chapter 7, and so we knew we were in trouble at that point.
The Trade Act stepped in, met with all of us, and we started, some of us went to school. When this happened, I was 61 years old and not really ready to retire yet, so I opted to go to school myself, and 2 years later I'm working in a water reclamation facility and enjoy it. I can't say anything bad about Trade Act at all. It really helped me. There was a lot of good people kind of telling me what to do. I went to the community college to learn what I did, and yeah, Clackamas Community College was pretty receptive to me. I was kind of concerned the first day of class. I knew I was going to be the oldest person in the class. The instructors were really helpful. I had forgot a lot of knowledge that I had learned in high school and college that I went to when I was 20 years old, so it was kind of tough getting started, but the instructors were really patient, and I didn't figure at my age I'd get a job, but I have to say that worked out really well for me.
They actually did pretty well by us as far as retraining. I actually got Federal Trade Act benefits. I went back to school and became a paralegal. I'm actually now working at the Clackamas County Courthouse. Yeah, I earned a 2-year degree as a paralegal. It's an associate's degree, but it was enough, again, with being 58 years old when I left this mill, without a college education. Very difficult. So, I mean, you have to do something. You have to at least say something that I'm willing to try to start over, instead of just, oh, woe is me, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's what I did. It was fun. I made a lot of good friends, and I learned a lot. And actually, I was really fortunate. Folks down here at the courthouse were really good. I got a job right out of school.
And we were continually getting raises, bought my house. It was just a good place to work for a lot of years.
I think it was about the first week that I worked here. My job was a deckhand, so I got to go out on the log rafts and knock the old dogs loose and re-raft the logs back into a tight raft and then bring them back down here. My first day, I walked out on a little bitty tiny log that was loose, and the guy that was training me says, whatever you do, don't lose that axe, because I had an axe that I had to knock the dogs loose. So of course he was setting me up, I think, but I walked out first thing, little log, rolled like crazy, dropped into the water and lost my axe. So he laughed. He laughed. He thought that was a pretty good joke. But we were pretty good friends around here. There were different departments, but we all just basically worked together. And it was like a family. It really was, So
we had some good times, some bad times. We started out as publishers paper company, and I remember one time in this building right over here, we were unloading trucks. We had like 6 big vans and flatbeds of waste news coming in, and we had to unload those as fast as we could to get them out to get the next truck in. And we were feeding 400 to 500 tons of waste news through a repulper that was up here to make pulp to make the paper. And on a night shift one night, we the warehouse was pretty open, and we decided to put some water down on the ground and see what would happen. And there was a lot of oil and stuff on smooth ground, and we'd run these forklifts out and they're spin them around, sliding on all this wet water. And
Yeah, I've actually sat in on a couple of the meetings about the Legacy Project, about the proposed land use, what they plan to do with it. I think they've got some great ideas. Historically, the falls have been closed to the public for many, many years, decades. And now what I understand is they're going to open that part up to some greenway public use down there, which is something that hasn't been done in a long time. And I think they've got some good plans, and I would like to see it.